look at another problem that does not work out as nicely. Okay, so what you're going to find here is that your solutions are sometimes fractions, sometimes you got to go to the calculator. So this time when you cross multiply, you get 6 times p equals 2 times 4. The order really doesn't matter. If you say 4 times 2, or you have that on the left here and 6p on the right, that's okay. Really doesn't matter here. You're just splitting sides. When you divide by 6, is 8 divisible by 6?
No.
It is not. So what do? Well, you try to reduce the fraction if you can. Are they both divisible by 2?
Yes. 4
Oh,
and 3.
4 and 3. So sometimes you get answers like this. Now, if you're allowed to use a calculator, like I'm not okay with this, but maybe your teacher is. And so you got to go with what they are okay with because they're giving you the grade in the classroom. All right, so I've got a bunch more that we can solve here, but any questions so far on what we're doing? Because they're just going to be a few practice problems, then we'll increase the difficulty slightly. You feeling okay about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so the answers can be like a decimal?
No, for us, no, but maybe for your teacher, yes. Like I'd like
Yeah.
you to try to reduce the fraction if you can. This one, I'll take either the decimal or the fraction.
Oh, so would you do?
Yeah, let me know if you need me to scroll up so you can see. Of
Wait, can you scroll up a little bit? I'm gonna write the
course.
problem above down just so I know. All right. So you take 6, 4, 6, 6, 2, p, and then 6 times p equals 2 times 4, 6 p, 6. All right, you can scroll down now. So
There
m
we go. New
over
problem to try there.
m over 5 equals 7 over 2. So would it be 2 times m and then
Yes.
5 times 7?
Yes.
5 times 7. 2 equals 30. Wait,
5.
35. 35.
Yep.
And
So you
then
divide both sides by 2.
2, we get 35 divided by 2. What is I need hold up. 35 2. 17.5.
Yeah.
So
Or
m
35
equals
over 2.
17.5.
Yeah. Or like the way it was written there is okay as well. Okay, let's try another one here. Get the numbers get a little bit larger. Should give this one a try, please.
48 divided by 12 equals a divided by 15. A times 12 equal to 48 times 15. Okay. Yeah, 48 times 720. 12a equals 720 divided by 12, 60. A equals 60.
Yes, A is 60. Very good. Okay. So what you could have noticed here in the few problems we've done is that the letter can actually appear anywhere, but it's the same process. You diagonally multiply and then you go from there in terms of solving it. All right. So now just to get kind of tiny bit more difficult, there's some other things that you can have here. One is you can have more than just a variable. Like you can have like a number times the variable. So when you multiply diagonally here, 6 times 5n equals 5 times 2, that's okay. That's totally okay. So that 6 times 5n is 30n. That 5 times 2 is 10. You divide both sides by 30. N equals 1 divided by 3, like that. So if that makes sense here, let's have you try one here. Let's have you try like 4 over 3 equals 8 over 6n, like that. You try something like that for us.
Alright. So 4 times 6n equals 8. 8 times 3. 24n equals 24. So n equals 1.
Okay, doing great here. So really quickly, if I had something like 8 times x minus 1 from your previous math course, do you remember how to simplify this using the distributive property?
You just so it'd be 8x minus 8.
Very good. Okay. So that leads us into the next grouping of problems here. Let me grab one to try. All right. So this time when you multiply diagonally, 9 times 6 is 9 times 6, no big deal there. But this k plus 6, it's really in parentheses. So when you multiply, cross multiply there, it's 8 times parentheses k plus 6, which means you have to distribute that 8 in. So it becomes 8k plus 48. This is considered a two-step equation. In two-step equations, you always undo addition and subtraction before multiplication and division. So on the right-hand side, it's multiplication by 8 and addition by 48. Which do you undo first?
Wait. Undo the 48.
Yeah, so you're going to subtract 48 from both sides. You get 6 equals 8k. Now what?
You divide
Okay, by what?
8.
Okay, and then it doesn't really work out. 6 over 8, you can divide them both by 2 to get 3/4. So I would recommend writing this one down because I'm going to give you one
Uh,
pretty much just like it.
um, to 9 over 8 equals k plus 6. 9 times 6 equals 8. 4 equals k plus 6. K equals 6 divided by 8 divided by 2 divided by 2 equals 3/4. Ah,
Okay, you ready to do one on here on your own?
yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Give that one a try, please.
10 over P plus 2 equals 4 and 3. 30 equals 4P plus 8. So 4P plus 8 minus 8 minus 8 is that 22 equals 4P. Right, like 4. 5.5.
Yeah, it is, it's 11/2 or 5.5, yeah. Okay, one more before we increase the difficulty slightly again. Sorry, I didn't have it ready. Let's look at something else. All right. Take a look at that one, please.
N equals 4 A minus 3. So 40 equals 2A minus 6 plus 6 plus 6. 46 equals 2A divided by 2. 46 divided by 2. 23.
Yeah, you got it. All right. Now, the next type of problem, I'm gonna pull up here. You're gonna notice right away something a little bit different than what we've been seeing. So let me grab this. So this time, the solution strategy is still the same. You still cross multiply. This time you have variables on both sides of the equation. And so when you distribute in here, you get 6b plus 30 equals 4b plus 36. When you have variables on the both sides, which is the case here, you move from the smaller to the larger. So what I mean by that is you got 6b and 4b. Can you tell me which one is smaller?
6B and 4B.
Yeah. So like between 4 and 6, 4 is smaller. Well, let's say I had -4 and -6. -6 would be smaller, right? And so that's how you proceed. You first do that, and this transforms the problem into a two-step equation, which is what you've been solving the last couple of problems here. And you'll notice in math that that's kind of a common thing. You always reduce it down to something you already know how to do. In this case, you subtract 30 from both sides. You get 2b equals 6, b equals 3. So I'd recommend, it's up to you if you want to get this down on your paper. If you try a couple of examples, then we'll maybe switch to some other stuff.
Um, 6 5B. Ah,
Got it?
yeah.
Okay. All right, so here is a problem for you to try. That's not all that dissimilar. Uh,
Ah. X plus 6. X equals 10. 7. First one would be 10x equals 7x plus 42. All right, again. minus 7x minus 7x. 3x equals 42. Divided by 3. 14.
Next is 14. Very good. All right, let me maybe try one more like this. Um, give that a try, please.
Um, 9/4 equals r minus 10 over r. So 9r equals 4r minus 40. Minus 4r plus 5r equals 40. 45. R equals -8.
Got it. Okay. So for the last few minutes here, we'll get to some actual geometry problems where this topic appears. So you can see why why we're doing this. You'll find there's a lot of review in algebra and geometry, at least in some cases. So let me see if I can pull this up. Yes. Okay. All right. So with similar triangles, which is kind of where you are, maybe sort of, they often give you two triangles. This little twiddle here, little thing right there, I call that a twiddle in programming. It means similar in geometry. It means they're not the same size, but they've got the same proportions. Think of yourself, when you were young versus now, you have roughly the same proportions. So you can always set up a proportion. Now, without getting into why this is the right proportion, just for the moment, accept that this is the right proportion. Okay. This is solved exactly the way that we were solving before. Now, there's one other thing that we didn't cover that I actually think you're going to appreciate here. You can actually cancel horizontally and vertically. You can do what's called pre-reduce. So if you see like a number, can you think of a number that goes into both like 54 and 24?
Um,
Like does 2 work?
2. Wait,
The,
yeah, 2.
so that's 27 and 12. Is there a number that goes into both 27 and 12? 3.
Uh,
That becomes 9 and 4. And now look horizontally. This one's a little bit more awkward for most students. You can actually cancel horizontally. Does 9 go into 36?
yeah.
It does
Wait,
4
no.
times. Yes.
Oh, yeah, it
So
does.
so this proportion reduces to this right here. So could you solve this from here for us, please?
Yeah. Um, x plus 5 equals 16, and then minus 5, 11 equals x. X
Yes,
equals
you got
11.
x. Yeah, x equals 11, which is way easier. If we were to come down here and solve this one, this would be 54 times x plus 5 equals 24 times 36. So it'd be 54x plus 270 equals, I gotta grab a calculator. I don't know that off the top of my head. 864. And so you're kind of like in the calculator zone with this. So it's really, really a good idea to pre-reduce if you can. All right. Any questions or thoughts on proportions, solving proportions today?
No.
All right. Well, good lesson here. Let me go ahead and stop the recording. If you want to